Welcome back to This Week in Crime, everybody. I'm Steve Furey. I'm here with the mulleted man himself,
Saul Trujillo.
Katie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
And we're opening this bad boy with our guest this week, Jason Cheny.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to start this off with a little banger. Should we do a little intro? Nah, I think we just get straight to the good stuff, right?
Get right into it, dude.
All right. Man on bike robs 7 people in less than 7 minutes. We call that the crackhead marathon. The fucking supermarket sweeps of robberies. 27-year-old Romulo Lopez Miranda is facing 10 counts of aggravated robbery after police say he held up several people at gunpoint in less than 30 minutes. Investigators said the crime spree began around 12:45 p.m. Is that in the afternoon? Yeah, it's in the afternoon.
Yeah.
When he rode up to a man on a bike, pointed a gun at the man, and took the cash out of his pocket.
Yo, this tweaker is going for employee of the month.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like Guy Fieri's newest game show.
The one where they just pick like stuff like really fast. They got a minute. They got to cook it. Yeah, I don't know. It's so gluttonous.
It's like how many people do you guys think you could rob in 30 minutes?
Not even one.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe one. Like you gotta, find it, and then they gotta have stuff. Like, are we robbing?
Yeah, because you can't just rob people close. You got to rob someone and then go like 3-4 blocks away, rob someone else. Because you can't just rob a person, then walk 10 steps.
And then rob another guy.
Another guy, be like, I saw what you did over
Yeah,
there.
that guy's already running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is very impressive. Seriously.
It's a marathon of robberies.
I would just get like a lime scooter and a samurai sword. And I'd go through the drive-thru at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Go to each car because they're locked in there.
Oh, dude, that's such a good
See how
idea.
many I could get.
That's a really good idea.
Just a samurai sword.
There's already people with the Starbucks app out. They're just going to call the cops on their
That's true.
Starbucks app. They're
But
like,
I got
there's
it.
a guy
I'll
with
get on
a
it.
lime scooter with a sword.
Officers said 15 minutes later, a woman and 2 men reported being robbed by a man on a bike while they were eating lunch. They said the robber pointed a small handgun at them, took their money and cell phones, returned their cell phones, and then came back and took them again. They definitely had androids, right? We could all agree on that.
Definitely androids, but he doesn't even know what he wants to do with crime.
Yeah, because he took the phone and then gave it back. What? But that's really polite of him that he took the phone.
He's
and
like,
gave it
Kind of
back.
seems cool.
does he? I don't know about that. I haven't gone Christmas shopping yet. I should go back and get that phone. Let's run it back, actually.
Investigators said Lopez Miranda also ambushed a woman who had just returned to her house, took her purse, cigarettes, and cell phone, and robbed another man of his black Chevy Silverado while he was taking out his trash. This is kind of like that. You ever seen that one? It's like a game or something where a guy starts with like a paperclip.
Yeah.
And he trades the paperclip for something.
Oh yeah.
And then by the end, he's got
Got
like
a house.
A house.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you start with nothing and see how many you can trade it all the way up. And a guy apparently got a house out of it.
Imagine being real life Debo.
Yeah,
That's all
true.
he was doing, man. What you got on my scante, fool? Good God.
They say Lopez was driving the black Chevy Silverado when he robbed his 7th victim. A man doing yard work said a man pointed a gun at him and left with his wallet. Investigators said Lopez Miranda admitted to taking part in all the robberies.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
He's going for a world record. He's not going to admit.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's me. I mean, yeah, I'll get it next time, you know.
Please speak to my lawyer, Guinness Records.
God damn. Do you even think it was a real handgun? Like, it seems like tweaker activities is like spray painted banana. Like, no one checked them. No one checked them once. Like, that's not a real gun.
I love, too, he was like robbing like normal people, and then he was like just going after a guy. I mean, if I was going to rob anyone, the dude doing his lawn, do you even have your wallet when you mow your lawn?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Does he go back? That's crazy. Does he go back to the house and then get his wallet? That's
That's Jason if he got more. Like, just give me a second, buddy. I got my wallet in here. I'll get it out to you. You're a good guy. You know any Jehovah's Witnesses?
I can Venmo if you'd like.
Yeah, I can Venmo.
Venmo $100, robbery in the note. And we're on to the next one. Oh, man, this one's crazy. Florida teacher lets student fight it out. Shocking news has emerged from Tallahassee's Griffin Middle School, where 23-year-old 6th grade teacher has been accused of allowing her students to fight in her classroom.
See, that's why we got to pay teachers more, because people are too young. You can't have 23-year-old teachers.
Yeah.
That's what you should have. You should be like 30.
You should be 30.
Yeah, because you're still a kid, man.
You shouldn't be able to have gone to high school with some of your students.
You think she made bets?
Yeah.
23.
Move over science club. We got student fight club. Good God.
Dude, when I was 23, I would have let kids fight.
Would you have?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're 23.
Yeah,
You're still a
recorded on
kid.
my Razor.
Sorry, I couldn't do it with my Nokia. I'm playing Snake the whole time while my kids fought.
So, see, I kind of think, I don't necessarily, like, if I was a kid, I would have thought this person as being a cool teacher.
Yeah.
Who's some of your coolest teachers you've had?
But also I wouldn't be I would be a little, because if the guy is really big and I'm talking shit and the teacher's letting us fight, I wouldn't like that teacher, because I'm like, you're supposed to bail me out. Like I was talking mad shit and then you're gonna
Like, I'd fight you, but we're at school. You can fight him. What? No, you guys can fight. It's okay. No, teacher. No, I'll watch.
No, flagpole 3 p.m. right now. Right now in this classroom.
yeah, so that's scary.
Who was your guys' favorite teacher you had?
Oh man, mine was a PE teacher. I forget almost
Yeah.
every fucking teacher, and I'll never remember their names. But it's mostly PE teachers, because they would be almost like this vibe, not fight,
Yeah.
but it's like they had like Richie at the Comedy Store energy. Yeah.
And then you don't fail PE. You fail every other class and you don't fail PE, because whatever you do is just like you just
long as
do
you do
stuff.
something.
Yeah, you just do stuff. You just
Remember the girl that would come with like Tweety Bird pajamas and just refuse to run? Did you have her in your high schools?
What? That was in
what?
your high school too?
I had groups of these women.
Yeah,
They're just
they-
like, I'm not running. I don't want to get my clothes dirty. I'm like, you're wearing pajamas. What are you talking about?
Came in again. Well, yeah, because PE is like the only class we're trying. You can't just kind of scribble in the other classes and go, yeah, he's fine. I'll give him an A. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you have to because I'd have to do the circuit, which is just like running 2 miles. And you go,
Yeah.
look, man, just go forward a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's like the PE teacher asks the least of you. Just walk around the basketball court in circles. No.
Angel Footman was arrested and is facing charges of contributed to delinquency of a minor after school administrators were alerted to the fights by concerned parents who found videos of the violent incidents. The videos showed Footman making no effort to intervene and even encouraging the fights by telling students to stop pulling hair and no screaming, no nothing.
I mean, it sounds like a UFC referee, right? No foot on the cage.
No elbows. No elbows.
No nothing is for sure something older cousins allow the younger, when an older cousin says when like a younger cousin smokes weed. It's like, don't tell nobody, no nothing. I don't know why I did a Mexican accent. Sorry about that.
I'm not offended by it. I appreciate it. Like, here's the thing. If I'd be all about this fight club, dude. You're against it, I'd be all about it. I'd be 0-2 at first, but then you learn that punches from the hips. That's where all the power comes from. You know what I mean? And then you just look, no punching in the tits or brains, because those are still developing. You know? Everything else is fair game.
I think, if you put helmets on the guys, because this, like a kickboxing helmet, because this could save a lot of problems, like if you guys fought in kind of an area that was designated, maybe that kid wouldn't get jumped later, maybe you wouldn't, because sometimes like if you do a street fight, you get knocked out and you're
Get
just
hurt.
getting kicked in the head while you're asleep or something.
And also, I think like the students will be more well behaved because of the fight. They're like, I mean, you're gonna talk shit, go ahead and do it. Yeah, or shut
There
the
are
fuck up.
repercussions, my guy. You sure you want to do this right now?
But in that environment, you just end up using like the tougher students as like, you don't want to fight Billy, do
That's
you?
true.
You know what I mean? One more airplane to the back of the head. You don't want to fight Billy, do you? Like, no, I don't want to fight Billy.
Billy's like, what's the homework? Don't worry about it, Billy. Just keep working on those hands.
Good boy. Now you're just petting a fat slow kid. Good boy.
We're going to keep Billy back a year because this next 2025 class is looking a little rough.
Boy. Incredibly, the students revealed that the fights were pre-planned, with Footman asking them if they wanted to have friendly fades before their bouts and even inviting them back for a second round of fighting. Jesus Christ.
You guys ever had a little school fight?
No, I went to Catholic school most of my life, so like the school fights they were broken up by a brother or sister immediately, and they were like the saddest fights ever. So it's like a fat nerd will fight another fat nerd, And like the jocks never really fought because they were like, I went to like a high school that had like a good football team, so they never wanted to get injured.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I remember the one time. This was when I first came to America, and I was the naughty kid a lot, and then this Korean kid, I didn't know their culture, and then he's like, "Okay, let's go fight." He actually planned it, and then he took me in the back. That sounded naughty, but he took me in the back of like our dorms, and then that was my first actual fight. But before that, I've been jumped. But this one is my actual fight. And then I was on the ground, and he was punching me so hard. And I said, "Okay, I got it."
You brushed off being beat up.
Because
All right, you win already. Good.
I thought I was gonna do well, but I didn't do well.
I feel like you still did well because if I was punching again, he'd be like, "All right, already." I'm like, "All right, well, demoralizing, I guess."
I was in a lot of school fights.
Uh-huh.
The worst one was not the worst one, but the one that had the worst repercussions was 8th grade, going into summer, last day of school. This kid Juan Garcia, really narrows it down with that name. He was in my grade and kind of just didn't like that. This kid was definitely like affiliated with gangs. He was like one of the ugliest kids I ever saw, and he used to do the
so petty, and he smelled,
and he was fucking ugly.
and he was dumb.
You remember? I mean, it was like a 2000s. You don't see Mexican kids doing this anymore. But like the single curler of hair.
Yeah,
shaved head.
Yeah, that's my generation.
Yeah, single curler of hair. And so he's coming at me, and he's smaller than me. He was like a little Mexican dude, but he was definitely like affiliated. He's coming at me. He's trying to push me, and I go, "Just get the fuck off me!" And I push him. Falls back, trips his hand, smacks his head on the pole.
No.
Oh.
And falls to the ground, kind of gets knocked out.
Oh no.
And then
Please wake up.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't die or anything like that. But then now I go like, now I'm gonna have to fucking really fight this dude and all of his friends, because now it looks like I knocked him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't trying to. I was just like, I knew, like you grow up in not the best neighborhood in the world. I mean, my dad's neighborhood's fine, but growing up was a little bit worse. It's better to just get out of these situations with people like this than rather fight them. Because when you fight like a gang member, when they say like, you find the biggest guy at your school and punch him in the face, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to win at some point.
Yeah.
So then I live right next to the school. So like 2 days later, he came with all of his friends. And we all fought and beat the shit out of all my friends. And
They beat the shit out of all your friends?
yeah, we were all playing basketball. They beat us all up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Came home, my face was all like big. My dad was like, "What happened?" I got beat up.
God damn, dog. Well, I'd have like cut the pole down, like, I got the guy, Yeah.
well, like the thing was like I was already going into high school, so there was no like governing body to get him in trouble with. I couldn't go back to middle school and be like, "This guy did it." I don't know where he went to high school. I don't know if he ever went to high school. He's kind of like a he was like selling weed in like 8th grade.
He's an adult school boy.
Yeah, he was like an adult school guy.
Yeah.
The circle, the curler head guy never. I don't think like it's like the.
He's not going to Harvard. You
know? You remember like the man buns? Like for when I grew up, the shaved head and the ponytail. That was like true white trash.
Yeah.
It wasn't like cool or anything. And that was kind of the version of the Mexican dude with the single curler, which you don't really see that much anymore.
No, it's all like Edgar's now. The Edgar took over.
Which is probably a better haircut than the single curler.
It's crazy looking.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
Investigators discovered that the students were actually called out of their classes to participate in the fights.
Like a sports team.
And there are no record of Footman reporting the incidents to school administrators. Footman turned herself in April 7th and is scheduled to appear in court on May 4th.
May the 4th be with you, Footman.
May the 4th be with you, Foreman. I hope she gets out of it, dude.
I hope, yeah. I would say...
She means well.
I think that would have to be... I would like to do an investigation and see, like, is she trying to do, children fighting each other, or is she trying to be like, let's have this done in a safer environment?
I mean, it's a more extreme...
Probably the first.
Yeah. It's a more extreme Dangerous Minds. I'm not hearing Coolio vibes in the background. You know what I mean? Been saving most of our lives. You know what I mean?
Just fighting, So New York Post, 4/19/23. Nearly 1,800 pounds of fentanyl found in shipment of green beans at San Diego port. It's like you do it to the green bean, the chillest vegetable. This is the type of behavior I'd expect from an artichoke. What vegetable seems like the biggest criminal to you guys?
Ugh. I hate it's because it's slimy. This okra. This is the type of shit okra would do. I hate
some okra
okra
activity.
so much.
Yeah.
So much. And yeah, the worst. What about you?
Well, Brussels sprouts seems like it's something.
They got something going on.
Here's the thing. Brussels sprouts are fine. Like, I can only eat them with like bacon or vinaigrette on them, but straight up by themselves, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. What did you say? What was yours?
Say artichokes, they seem like they're hiding something.
My wife loves artichokes. She's
But
white
you
trash.
could pry them open a little bit. Like it's like a little bit open.
They got little knives.
They do got a little.
Dip them in mayonnaise, my friend, and they are pretty good.
Hold on to your seats, folks, because this story is a wild one. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers made a massive drug bust at the Otay Mesa port in San Diego. San Diego, this seems like Chula Vista activities. That one's for you.
He's all, that is true.
That is true. That is a
In
terrible
Chula
area.
Vista.
What did they find, you ask? Oh, just 800 pounds of fentanyl hidden in tractor trailer carrying green beans. That's right. You heard correctly. 800 pounds with a street value of over $21 million.
Wow.
Boys, what's your least favorite vegetable as a kid, and what did you do to not eat them?
Mine was nopales. And that's like kind of, well, it's kind of like, I'm not allowed, I guess I'm allowed to say eat whatever I want. But like I'd have to deal with my father's ridicule. Because like if you are certain Mexican fathers, like if you don't eat specific Mexican dishes, you're not quote unquote Mexican. And then you're into, so like it would be like nopales, menudo. I hate menudo. And then I would eat, one time my dad, he was trying to get me to eat chicken foot soup. And I was eating nuggets. And he was just like, "You're fucking white. I'm over here eating Mexican soup." And I'm like, "There's probably chicken feet in this nugget, man. You don't know. It's pulverized and shaped into a boot. You know? We're eating the same thing, you know." But I don't know. Like nopales, man, it's so gross. I just have to deal with my dad going, "You ain't Mexican." Mm-hmm. What about you?
Peas. I've never to this day understood peas.
What about if the peas in the soup?
I don't.
That's just more peas.
Yeah, it's just more pea, mushed, chewed up pea.
I love peas, but I get it. You can't just like
on peas.
Yeah, peas are gross.
You know what? I think I agree with you. I never liked peas either. But I don't think I like any vegetable. I just eat them because they're like it's healthy. So I think any vegetable is the same to me.
Much more respect to you because you're a relatively healthy looking guy and you're just going like, fuck these vegetables.
Yeah, but I'll just eat them like just because it's healthy.
You don't like them at all? Like,
No, I don't enjoy it. Like I like for example, if it's Brussels sprouts, but it's a sauce that I like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll eat any vegetable with sauce. Like if peas, imagine if you put a little bit of vinaigrette or like a little cheese on it. Like cheese with peas.
I'm out on peas. I don't know.
Okay.
If you put Parmesan on peas, I'm telling you, it's actually really fucking
Parmesan
good.
peas.
The child way to eat things is to put cheese on it.
That's
But
just
it's also
cheese
the adult
featuring-
way.
And the Midwest
Featuring
way.
peas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not from the Midwest. Yeah, that makes sense.
The Midwest way, you put cheese on anything.
just
Taxes, put your
It
cheese
tastes
on it.
So good.
That's peas
you say
featuring
taxes?
cheese.
So you know what? Actually, what you just said, not real Mexican. I feel like Mexican people do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see the Ryan Garcia fight that happened this last weekend where he fought Tank,
yeah.
and then every Mexican Twitter account is like, "This guy's not a real Mexican."
Very stupid. Very dumb.
Like everyone was just like all the rappers were like, "We took your Mexican card."
That's coming from a morbidly obese brown person with hypertension.
Yeah,
Talking shit on
sucking
some
out
kid.
Bud Lights and telling this guy he's not.
This guy
fucking-
ain't Mexican. Shut up, flaming hot Cheetos fingers. Fuck you.
I know it's so interesting. Like, oh, then what? I mean,
It doesn't make sense.
not speaking Spanish is one that they always say you're not a real Mexican, right? That's like the big one.
But most of the ones that talk shit about like you ain't Mexican don't speak fucking Spanish. They're like insufferable, like those Italians that are Guidos.
Yeah.
You're like all you know is food Spanish or food Italian. You don't know
Yeah,
any.
you've
of the
been here for
language.
3 generations, dog. You're
Fuck
from
off.
America.
Okay, then how do you get Mexican if you just?
It's just a way to manipulate you, and it was a way for my father and old Mexicans to manipulate you into eating our food.
Yeah.
They don't want you to get like eat McDonald's and eat all this white, quote unquote, white food. They want you to be more with your culture. Just say that. Don't say you're not Mexican
Blame it
if
on
you don't
Mexican,
eat this.
yeah.
Dumb.
It all started when officers noticed some irregularities with the vehicle and decided to take a closer look. And boy, are they glad they did. After conducting a non-intrusive search, they discovered more than 3.5 million fentanyl pills hidden among the produce.
Okay, here's the thing. Doesn't fentanyl kill you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also people don't like vegetables.
Yeah.
That's two things that people don't like. So I don't understand why people are, what's the fentanyl for? That's number one. Why are you doing this?
Trying to get healthy, like, all right, man, I'm gonna get back to eating carrots, and you're just getting fentanyl high off your
Yeah.
Just die.
Trying to get your life together, you die off a carrot from fentanyl. Like,
You hear about Steve? He's addicted to green beans.
so healthy.
Steve's been boofing green beans in his ass, and this guy can't even speak. He's on so much. Also, like, I love fentanyl too, because like the amount is always like a crazy amount, you know, and like no one ever finds like 200 pills. So I was like, yesterday they found 45 million pills in a fucking thing.
Yeah, it's just someone with one pill of fentanyl in their bag. I have a problem with more. Like, oh, you got like a personal problem. You're not like a dealer or nothing.
I'm so surprised that there's so much fentanyl though.
Yeah.
Because can't you die off of a small amount?
Yeah, it's a small amount.
Okay, then, but why you take the risk? Do other drugs like
Well, they
cocaine.
keep putting it in other drugs.
Why you keep putting it in another? Who likes fentanyl really?
You can take fentanyl, and I know a couple fentanyl heads.
And then you like them.
No,
they like them.
like them. Like
It's cheap.
It's cheap. It's an addictive property. I had this guy. I used to run an open mic in Stockton. He was a fentanyl head.
Okay.
And the pain patches for fentanyl, the ones that are medicated, instead of putting them on he would put them under his gums,
Oh my
in his
God.
gums, so he would smell like Vicks vapor rub under his gums, and he'd be like all fucked up at the mic.
Holy shit.
Because it enters his bloodstream quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew people like that.
Wow.
And the patches, you had to get that shit from a cancer.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
who has
yeah.
cancer.
He got it from I don't know where he got it. But
These
he would-
ones, like, you just get like those fake blue pills.
He would put it under his gums, like chew, like that tobacco shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Also, like with this too, like maybe we're thinking about it wrong that this person was bringing in fentanyl. Maybe they're just trying to sell more green beans. Like, listen, man, I don't know. I got a lot of green beans. People aren't eating green beans.
Fenny beans, dude.
One guy's in the back. He's like,
beans.
"Have you ever tried fentanyl yet?"
Hey, it's in everything. Have we tried the produce? We'll start with green beans, then we'll work our way up to watermelon.
Drug smuggling through the border has been a persistent problem with this one was crazy. I did the math for this too. With over 471 fentanyl seizures reported between October and March alone. That's up to 4 a day.
Jesus Christ.
But don't worry, the California Border Patrol officers are on the case. They've conducted over 4,200 meth and 1,200 cocaine seizures during the same period.
Oh, so fentanyl's not that bad.
Well, I mean, it's the problem. Well, yeah. I mean, 4,200 meth in, was that 150 days? That's like,
It's a lot of meth.
that's a lot. It's like
Yeah.
400 people getting caught a day almost.
But also,
No,
meth
40.
is more popular too.
It's a gold rush, dude. It's the gold rush for smuggling drugs. But here, imagine like you getting caught, but imagine not getting caught, getting all that money. Dude. I'm so ready. I'm ready to smuggle, baby.
I smuggled a few things in my lifetime. Feels good when you're driving home with it. Very scary when you're trying to cross the border. This move is part of a multi-pronged strategy by the Biden administration to combat the scourge of fentanyl, which has been blamed for countless deaths across the country. It's time to put a stop to these dangerous drug cartels and keep our communities safe. And how do we do that? By legalizing drugs. So that cartels have no money anymore, and they have no way to make money because everything's sold here. That's the only way you can beat.
They just turn into big pharma. That's all.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, cartel. They just just be cartel.
Don't buy it from other people. I sell it to you.
You sell it to
He's
me?
got a Chinese connect. He's Taiwan, but he's got his Chinese connect still. Which all the fentanyl actually comes from. The precursors all come from China.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
well, they know
wow.
they're cutting out the middleman of China, and they're starting their own fentanyl factories in Mexico.
But I still think they need the precursors.
Oh,
So they used to buy fentanyl from China, but now they kind of get the precursors for it and then make the fentanyl here.
it's funny because Mexicans and Chinese people have been doing business together because of swap meets. It's Mexicans selling made in China shit. That's all it is. That's every swap meet I've ever been to.
Every blanket with an
Made in China
Aztec
on it. Yeah.
warrior.
Yeah, dude, made in
China.
China, dude.
Up next, we have them, folks. The worst way to die. Man found dead, eaten by bed bugs in Atlanta jail. An Atlanta man died in a local jail after being eaten alive by bed bugs, alleges lawyer representing the man's family. Okay, this is a great question. Would you rather die from the cartel or bed bugs?
Cartel.
Probably.
Because I grew
You've
up with
had
bed
bed bugs.
I've had bed bugs.
You ever had bed bugs?
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, but not enough to be eaten, hurting that much. So probably cartel.
Where'd you get bed bugs? Tell your guys bed bug stories. I've never had them.
I had like they're mostly at the back of the. They keep coming out every day, and I killed them. But then
Wait, you have active bed
right
bugs
now?
now?
Oh no.
You're
No.
talking in
No,
the present,
I'm-
Jason.
no,
Present,
past
buddy.
tense, past tense.
Jesus Christ.
I'll try to make it more exciting.
He just crawls across his eyeball.
I wanted to add danger to this podcast for some reason.
Yeah, but they keep coming out every day, and
Where
then
was this?
I'll kill them. It was in San Diego
When you were at the
college. Oh wow. Yeah, and then it's at the because then I had a twin bed.
Yeah.
And then I was doing sports and stuff, and but I showered every day.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, but I didn't know. But then then I flipped the mattress over, and there's like 50 of them. Oh. I didn't know it was at the back of the mattress, though.
You didn't burn your apartment? You didn't set it on fire after that? I would have set my whole apartment on
No,
fire.
I cleaned it. I killed it all. I killed all of them, but sometimes one or two will come out. But I always
they're
flip
still
it.
there.
Yeah, but not a lot. I don't like it, but that's the worst thing. And then they will come out every time. But did you get? I think that's why sometimes is a little bit But they don't look aggressive though. They're slow moving, and I didn't think they weren't like
Start
fleas.
using past tense because it keeps sounding like they're at your house right now.
I'm just trying to make it exciting.
Had a little danger.
Yeah, we had it at my mom's house growing up.
You had it
And then-
bad.
Yeah, so we had it bad, man. So you wake up every 5 minutes, and there's a cold, lingering feeling you have when you're asleep that like you're being preyed upon.
Yeah, but did it hurt?
It doesn't matter if it hurt. It hurts. You'd wake up just to have something crawling on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, have something
Sucking on your
crawling.
blood while you're asleep. Waking up every 5 minutes to hit your hand. It's the worst. I've had roaches.
Yeah.
We've
Roaches
had
is fine.
termites. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
deal with roaches all day. My wife was like, "Oh, I saw a roach on the counter this morning." I was, "That's fine."
Bro, have you one fly on you?
A roach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a fly on me.
Oh, that's
See,
a crazy
roaches,
feeling.
I just ended up getting I got like 2 frogs.
Yeah.
And then I ended up I just would feed. It would be fun. I'd grab a roach off the wall. I'd feed it to my frog. It ended up being a game. Yeah. But no, bed bugs, bro. Because it's such you're in your bed.
I know.
Sacred place.
You eat, fuck, you sleep on it. That's what you sometimes all at the same time. You
How
know?
old
It's
were
like,
you?
That's a real party.
Teenager?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't care as much teenager times. So, but now I would
Sleep?
definitely burn the. No, like bugs. But now I'm like, because I didn't really think about like crawling in your ears.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean your dick hole.
He's got a thick dick hole. This guy.
It's
like
cavernous.
It's like the Death Star with like Luke Short.
Oh, Jason
Luke
Cheny,
Schwartz.
he's mostly bed bugs.
He's mostly dick hole, actually. The family of LaShawn Thompson, 35, is calling for a criminal investigation into Thompson's death and for the closure and replacement of a local jail after alleging that Thompson died in the custody from bed bugs in a squalid jail cell.
Oh my God! How do you die from bed bugs? That's so crazy. You need so many bed bugs to die from bed bugs.
Wait until you see how much money it costs them to get rid of the bed bugs.
How do you die from bed bugs? Is it a poison or did they suck too much blood? What
know.
is it?
They also can carry blood diseases as
Okay.
well. So how we got rid of our bed bugs is that we had to get our house. I call it our house had to go to the circus. They had to do the tent.
Oh,
they had to do the
yeah,
tent.
yeah,
That cost $5,000, and you have to take everything out: house plants,
Oh.
anything. You have to close your drawers with plastic because they nuke everything in the house with gas. That's the only way to do it. There's these heat treatments that you could do on the mattress, but those hardly work. So like when you were like, I was killing them, I was like, dude, they have a home base somewhere.
But I don't think there's anywhere else besides my bed.
They're not. They're in your bed. They're in the walls.
Oh,
They're
okay.
behind anything in the carpet. They're anywhere that's cloth. Your folded clothes. They're there. You just don't see them because they're good night creatures.
I think my bed bug and your bed bug is different. They just like me.
Well, I had cartel bed bugs. Okay, so they were ruthless. They're different from these Taiwanese bed bugs.
Tried taking them back over the border. On September 13th, 2022, never forget, 3 months after being arrested, Thompson was discovered dead in a dilapidated cell covered in grime and insects. The cell was so filthy that an employee wore a hazmat suit upon entering, the Washington Post reported. They left him there, essentially, said Michael Harper, a lawyer representing the Thompson family. And they had a plan to take him to the medical observation unit, but their plan never happened. They found him dead, eaten by bed bugs. Jesus fucking Christ.
I've never thought I'd never ever hear a sentence like that, because that's a very bad infestation if that's what it is.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Dead, eaten by bed bugs. I think that's the only case. It has to be the only case. I don't even know they eat meat.
Well, they suck your blood, but it's like they were probably not checking on him. They're probably not feeding him enough. He was probably dehydrated. All these factors, and we don't know what his health conditions were, could have added to him being eaten alive by bed bugs.
Authorities were not able to resuscitate Thompson in his cell. A later autopsy did not determine a cause of death, but noted that there was an extreme severe infestation of small insects on Thompson's body and a severe bed bug infestations. So he had multiple.
Red alert bed bugs. That's severe. It's nuts.
But he doesn't have a roommate, so that's good.
Yeah, it's nice. That's better than us. He is moving up in the world.
Waking up like, oh, there it is. Some guy, my roommate's dead from bed bugs. Isn't that cool?
This is the one that blew me the fuck away. In a statement to WSB-TV, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office said that it had launched a full investigation into Thompson's death and had committed $500,000 to address the vermin outbreak in the jail.
Oh my God.
Imagine how bad your infestation has to be to cost $500,000.
You know what? I think the prison is trying to launder money.
Yeah, they're lying.
Yeah, you're costing $500,000 to do bed bugs.
Or these are some big ass bed bugs.
Yeah, it's like, what vermin is this? It's all Jerry's from Tom and Jerry. They're like, listen, there's a lot of anvils and bombs keep going off. We're not really sure, but we can't call the cops.
They've learned English and they've been feeding off. Like, these guys are wow.
The sheriff's office added that after an investigation, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations would determine if any criminal charges are warranted. The family said that while they appreciate efforts to improve jail conditions, more needs to be done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But prisons and jails, they're known for having bed bug outbreaks because there's too many volume of people coming in.
And could be homeless people and stuff like that.
Can't you build a whole prison with $500,000? You're just killing bugs.
I mean, for me, I would go,
You should have two separate jails. Like, you check them, like, this guy has bed bugs. You give the bed bug section.
Well, you get deloused when you go in there.
I've never been.
Which is like it's like your circus tent, but for human beings, like spray
really
stuff like that. But here, my idea would be just like you get beds off the ground and you got like a 4-inch thick yoga mat.
Bro, they come. You know this. Your ant thing. They crawl up. They find a way.
But I feel like it can't live in a yoga mat. I don't know. It's so fucking gross. All right, we're on to our last story. And this one, folks, is a doozy. I'm going to give you a little precursor. I'm going to delouse you. Know that, listen, we wouldn't normally make fun of this man. Making fun of people like this is rude. But this man is a demon. So, up next, everyone's favorite part of the show. What does it look like he did? Katie, get a look at this man real quick.
Boy.
Everyone else? Okay,
boy.
how we doing?
He looks like he's about to wake up his parents because he made an oopsie in his bed.
He looks like Stewie Griffin if he was gang affiliated. He looks like a half-popped popcorn kernel.
He looks like he'd throw a fit if you didn't buy him a toy at Walgreens.
He looks like the basketball at a public school, just kind of lopsided with writing all over it.
God damn it! I'm imagining the stripes and everything on there.
Yeah, the stripes one.
He looks like somebody asked him to eat their ass, but then he's contemplating about it.
He's confused.
He's like, eat your ass.
Because there's shit on the asshole.
Maybe.
He looks like he orders the Big Mac meal at McDonald's. He's mad that it doesn't come with a toy.
He looks like he lost in Dana White's new slap battle league. You seen that? Those guys are lopsided.
Oh, man. So what did he do, Steve?
Suspected gang hitman with Down syndrome charged in 2 slayings. Recent reports from the Chicago Sun-Times indicate that Nicholas Smush Smamudo, which is a very funny name for a man with Down syndrome. A well-known hitman for the gang in a windy city has been charged with 2 murders that took place just 10 days apart. Despite being diagnosed with Down syndrome, a genetic disorder, Samudio has been indicted on felony murder charges in connection with the February 16th road rage slaying of Humberto Marin Garcia and the 26th slaying of Tomas Villa. The better question is, do you think it's worse or better to be killed by a hitman with Down syndrome?
Oof.
I would be more scared to be killed by a hitman with Down syndrome because I don't think, they would give any mercy.
Yeah.
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 I would jingle my keys in front of him. Like, give me the gun, buddy. Come on. He'd be hypnotized like a snake to a flute.
If he killed one of my friends, I tried to play it down. I'm like, no, he wasn't like Down syndrome. He's like one of those guys.
He's
who
like a
can
gang down. He's down
with the syndrome.
God damn it. With the syndrome. God damn.
Get up, come on, down with the syndrome. Authorities have long been aware of Samudio's involvement with the gang and suspect him with several other murders, including a 2020 gang murder in the city's McKinley Park. In the case of the Marin Garcia slaying, detectives reported that Samudio became enraged and shot the other driver in front of his pregnant wife.
Oh my God.
He's drive-bys. He's being pulled in a wagon.
Yeah, it was a big wheels.
It's so much worse being murdered by this guy, dude.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You ever... this is going to be so mean, but go to a grocery store and you see a gentleman who has Down syndrome.
Yeah, working.
Like, it's 2 separate times. I saw it once in Sherman Oaks and once in Sacramento. Now, God bless them, but they were... the one in Sherman Oaks was sweeping, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
He's just moving trash around.
Yeah, 100%. But and then after he got done sweeping, there's another guy who comes in and then sweeps over his thing. So I can't imagine, like, you take it to the level of assassin. Like, he's aiming for your head, but he shoots you in the thigh, and then some other guy comes like, I'm sorry, we just keep him around, He's busy work. And then he does the real
It's a
killing.
tax break with the state if we hire enough of these guys to do hits.
It is crazy that he did 7 of them. Oh, my God.
I also love it, too. Like, maybe he doesn't have Down syndrome, and his lawyers are like, listen, I'm not saying you look like you have Down syndrome, but I think we could play this off.
And you get out in 5.
Yeah.
He's all,
listen, you got to look.
Look at me, okay? Focus.
The second murder, which police claim was a case of mistaken identity, saw the accused hitman mistaking the victim's ball cap for that of a rival gang.
Good God.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
With a Dora the Explorer hat? He's like, we don't watch Dora in my house.
I mean, imagine, like, the idea of a man with Down syndrome with face tattoos is already scary. Yeah. For me, I would be like, he probably just likes wrestling, and then he brings out a fucking gun, and you're like, oh, fuck, I should have cut him in line for the bounce house.
How cute are those face tattoos, huh? The Nickelodeon sign, maybe?
Nick Jr.? Listen, folks, we wouldn't make fun of this man if he wasn't killed. I mean, he's a serial
He's a
killer.
murderer.
He's a murdering serial killer. He just so happens to have Down syndrome, so I think you can make fun of this man. Following the second homicide, Samudio was arrested while driving a stolen car after a police chase. Detectives later found a 38 caliber handgun. They believe Samudio threw it out the window during the pursuit. The firearm matched shell casings collected at the scene of Villa's murder. They should make a movie out of this, kind of like Radio, just showing that Down syndrome people can do anything, including shooting a man in front of his pregnant wife.
It's like an I Am Sam, but like for gangs. Terrible.
While Samudio's public defender claims that his client's diagnosis of Down syndrome should be taken into account, authorities have yet to comment on the matter. Regardless, the alleged hitman's brazen actions and involvement in several other murders. This man killed, they think, on 6 to 10 people. Make this a case worthy of following. Okay, boys, here we're going to go. This is going to be the moral of the story. Do you think it's his fault or not?
Yeah, in the same sense of, like, let's say he does have the brain capacity of an 8 or 9-year-old. Even at that point, an 8 or 9-year-old still will kind of understand the difference between right and wrong. So I feel like gangs got in his head.
I don't think it's his fault.
Really?
You don't think it's his fault?
Yeah, because he's like He has Down syndrome, and then if his family, he grew up with the gang, and then they're like, "Hey, you kill people because they're trying to hurt us or whatever." He's like, "Yeah."
So if a kid came in here with a lunch pail right now and farted, and we're just gonna be like, "Oh, he didn't fart. That's not his fault."
No. But he has Down syndrome. If it's a regular kid, then
But
yes.
I'm still gonna be like, "You farted, kid." He'll go, "No." I'm like, "All right." I guess
No,
I
he
didn't
goes
fart."
like, "Yes, I farted," and
Okay.
because they told me to fart.
"Yes, I cut his throat out."
Yeah. I don't
know,
think because
man.
he has Down syndrome. He doesn't know.
I think so. I'll go in the middle of this one. I think it's his fault. I think he knew what he was doing, but I don't think he should go to a regular prison.
Oh,
I think he should probably have to go to maybe like a
I don't think there's a median, but it would be like a good like a
or like a
psychiatric-
mental psych place.
Yeah, but then he's really used to violence and trying to. So he just like trying to beat people up. That is
Well, they never said he beat people up.
okay. He just kill people.
Yeah, we don't know how
He's
good
actually
his
very
hand-eye
nice.
coordination is.
yeah.
We just know he's really strong
He's
and
really
on the
strong,
loose.
and he will light you up in front of your pregnant wife.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The regular person that does that.
But crazy
yeah.
people are. There's crazy
very
people
true.
in
That's very true.
the psych wards.
Yeah.
I guess you are correct because then like he's not going to understand the verbiage in court. Like you're under for capital murder, 20 years.
Yeah.
The
And his
judge
wiring
is
is fucked up too. He probably thinks like he's doing a good thing.
Yeah. The judge has to be like, "You've been a bad boy. You got to go to your room for 20 years. Okay. No chocolate milk.
Go
for
to your
you."
room.
All right, we ended it. That's the show. Thank you very much, Saul Trujillo, Jason Cheny, Katie on the Ones and Twos, Comedy Store Records, me, Steve Furey. What can we hear about you guys? What can we know?
Yeah. At Saul Comedy on Instagram. Just follow me. Just follow. I got all the shows on there for that. What about you, Chen?
Please follow me on my tour. I'm doing stand-up comedy on tour in America. So please see me, jasoncheny.com. Thank you guys so much for having me. That's really nice.
Fury. What do you got?
What's up?
What do you got?
I've got, make sure you come out on 5/16. I got a new Cronies at the Comedy Store with a sick lineup, and I will be in Sacramento the 25th through the 27th of May. Come out. Tickets are going fine. I think you could find some, so come out and check me out.
Hell yeah.
All right, see you guys later.
Later,
Peace. Deuces. Thank you, Jason.